Remember, you are not alone. Embrace simplicity, discover wellness, and live a vibrant life every day. Sending divine energy from the one creator of all that is. Peace, light, and gratitude. We are live. Welcome, everybody. I am so happy that you are joining me tonight. Welcome while we talk about health, wellness, and healing. I am Dr. Debbie, and I am the Power of Three health, wellness, and healing practitioner, life coach, and healer. So here we go. This is the first live stream. Welcome again. And I have a lot for you, but we are going to make it simple and we are going to make it quick so that you get all of the benefits, and whatever you take away, you can apply easily in your life tomorrow. So stay tuned, stay with me. First, we are going to do a little meditation. And this is something that when you start anything, do this simple, quick meditation so that you can clear, release, connect, and ground. So come on, join me. We will do this together. So first, I want you to find a comfortable position. So you can lay down, you can sit, just a nice, quiet, comfortable position. And then what I want you to do is we're going to do we're going to do 3 deep breaths in through the nose, exhaling, out through the mouth slowly. So let's do this together. In through the nose, out through the mouth. In through the nose, slowly out through the mouth. One last time, in through the nose, slowly out through the mouth. And the purpose behind this is to connect with the heart and to ground ourselves. So first, I will start with, I want us to just focus our attention, and I am going to invite all of the greatness of the one creator of all that is, all of the higher energy, the divine energy of the one creator, and all of his power in his creation that is for our greater good. May we be led and guided to peace, harmony, and balance. Let's take a deep breath out through the mouth. Now what I want you to do is I want you to imagine you have a white cloud above your head. And in that cloud, we are going to take everything from today, the emails, the negative interactions, the hustle and bustle of life. We're going to pick up each one and we're going to put it in the cloud. All the negativity in the cloud, all of the stress in the cloud, all of the interactions that bothered us in the cloud. And we are going to release and push that cloud up into the universe to be recycled. Let's do this one more time. Imagine all of the things that may be bothering you, all of the stress that you have faced, all the emails and to-do lists and running around and all the things that took your positive energy for today. Pick them up, put them in the cloud, that cloud above your head. Pick them up, put them in the cloud. Pick that email, put it in the cloud. Pick that negative interaction, put it in the cloud. Take a deep breath out through the mouth. Release that cloud up into the universe to be recycled. Now I want you to put your hand over your chest. And I want you to imagine a beautiful lotus flower right where your heart is. The lotus flower is so meaningful, so beautiful. Drop down into your heart, into the place of compassion, unconditional love, understanding, joy, peace, harmony. Sit in that special place and imagine a beautiful scene in front of you, anything that you may like. The sea, the ocean, the beach, the summer breeze, the mountaintop. Take a deep breath out through the mouth. Now make the intention to connect with your heart, with your inner voice. Now I want you to imagine a cord. It can be made of beautiful silk material. It can be any color you want it to be. It can be glittered. It can be whatever you want it to be. And I want you to imagine that grounding cord going down through your crown chakra, all the way down through your brain, all the way down through your chest, through your abdomen, down into your left leg, down into your right leg. It enters into the grass, into the earth, Mother Earth, God's greatest creation, one of God's greatest creations. Push the grounding cord through the soil, down into the waters under the earth, the oceans, the seas that are under the earth. Push it down further through the plates, the tectonic plates. Push it down deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper into the core of the earth. Feel it pushing you down, pulling you down so that you're grounded and connected with the earth. You're doing great. Just take a deep breath in through your nose and slowly exhale out through your mouth. When you're ready, open your eyes and we will begin. I hope that makes you feel as good and grounded and cleared and focused as it does me. So once again, everybody, welcome today for this live stream. We are going to be talking about launching you to become the engineer of your destiny. Because, my friends, we have the power, the intrinsic power inside of ourselves to achieve all of the dreams, all of the things that we want. It comes from within us. So we are going to talk a little bit about a strategy or a helpful tip I'm going to give you today. So what we are talking about, and this is going to be a simple conversation. I'm not going to talk your ears off on a big lesson and do all this fancy college stuff where, we put up the board and we share the screen. No, this is just going to be a conversation that I know you will gain a lot from. So the topic tonight is you and launching you to become the engineer of your destiny. I have a question first. Have you ever been asked in any situation? It could be an employment situation, it could be a social party, it could be family, it could be friends, whatever situation. Have you ever been asked by someone, who are you? Tell me who you are. I've been asked that, and I used to hate that question because typically, most of us, including me, would answer it something like, I'm a mom, I'm a wife, I'm a mother, I'm a wife, I'm a school administrator, I'm a teacher, I'm an engineer, I'm whatever. We define ourselves by our titles or by the roles that we play sometimes. And that is not what this question is about. So instead of fumbling around with finding an answer to this question, let's think about this for a moment. I want you to think about who you are deeply. We are talking about your core nature. What or who is your core nature? Your essence. What I mean is, and I'm using notes, so I keep looking down for that reason. What I mean is, if you walk into a room, how does that room change when you walk in? How do the people in that room describe you? What do they say about you? How do people feel in your presence? Now remember, people may not remember what you did or what you said, but they will always remember how you made them feel. What is the energy that you bring to the room? Human beings are 99.9999 forever percent energy. What is the energy that you bring to the room? We are talking about your core nature, your essence. Let's define it. And this is not a definition I made up. This is something I got from my research. Your core nature is how you feel for other people when you walk into a room, your essence. Think for a moment, what do you bring? What do people say to you, or how do people describe your presence? What do people expect from you? Those words that people say define or describe your core nature. So when we talk about core nature, how does that benefit you? Why talk about it at all? First, for you to really know your core nature, or actually, I'm getting ahead of myself. Why is it important? First, your core nature allows you to really connect with you. Now, the biggest problem, I think, for modern humanity is our disconnection with ourselves, with others, and the universe as a whole. If we are not connected with us, with ourselves, then how do we truly know deeply who we are? Also, when you know your core nature, then you have a deep awareness of yourself. You know yourself intimately. And then the best thing is, one of the best things, these are all good, best to me, but the best thing is you continue to develop that relationship, which is the foundation of your growth. So if we know who we are, if we know our core nature, our essence, what does that allow us to do? What are the results of that? First, when we know our core nature and our essence, we can use that to expand the strengths and know where we shine. Second, you are able to also identify weaknesses and work on those and strengthen them. And third, it gives you clarity to who you are and how you show up in that room. So, what does knowing our core nature or our essence allow us to experience? It allows us to build self-confidence, and it gives us insights to not only what you may love doing, but doing who you are. Now, let's talk about that for a minute. So, if we know our core nature or our essence, it helps us to build self-confidence. And more importantly, it helps us and gives insights to not only what we may love doing, but doing who we are. Now, let's backtrack just a little bit. When we talk about core nature and our essence, we're talking about the descriptive words that people will use to describe us when we walk in that room. Do they describe us as communicative? Do they describe us as passionate, as inspiring? Do they describe us as honest, humble? Those are the ideas that I'm saying. Go deep, dig deep, and figure out who you are. Because when we know who we are in our core, when we know our core, when we know our essence, then we have an intimate relationship with ourselves, and we are able to know and do us authentically. We become our authentic selves. So, a little exercise I want you to do. Take 2 minutes and don't overthink it. Go back and just think, rewind a little bit. When you talk to family members or when you've been in a work situation or in a group and people have said certain things to you, oh, I love that you're so joyful all the time. I love that you're so funny. What is the list that you can develop? The top 3 to 5 things that you have been told by other people or how you've been described by other people. Write those words down. Take a couple minutes. Don't overthink it. And then the next part of the exercise is I want you to come up with your list, 1 to 5 things a list of like 5 things, 3 to 5 things. How do you describe yourself? And you take those lists and you think about the words, the descriptors, and that will give you insights as to who you are, your essence. And when we know who we are, then we have an intimate relationship with ourselves. We build confidence. We're able to use our strengths to get better and grow. And we're able to identify our challenges or our weaknesses, and we're able to work on those and turn them into strengths. That, my friends, is amazing. And who has control of that? You. Nobody else. You have control of that. So I suggest to you, and what I am a big proponent on, is take this meditation that I did at the beginning, and you can play the video once I post it. You can play it back. You can go on my Instagram, on my TikTok at Dr. Debbie Bedoui, or YouTube Shorts, and I have the same kind of meditation, the same meditation there. You can play it back and do the meditation anytime through the day that you need to connect with yourself, to release tensions, negativity, whatever, to connect with your heart, to connect with yourself, to ground yourself. And then go back to these words. Go back to your lists. Go back to the list that you made of that other people say about you when you enter a room. What is your energy? What is your essence? Go back to what you wrote about yourself. What is your energy? What is your essence? How do you change the room when you walk in? That, my friends, is where you start to intimately know yourself and then grow and develop to places that you had no idea you were capable of. So that is my little mini lesson for today. Now, let's just talk for a moment. And I have something to show you. Let's just talk for a moment. I do a lot of work for free through my YouTube, through my business, health, wellness, and healing business. I put a lot of content out, and I put a lot of stuff out on Instagram, on TikTok, in order to be able to support people and help people all over the world. I do healings and energy work, and send that energy all over the world. And for me to be able to, continue to be able to help people and basically have a lot of my work free, I do something called a gratitude jar. So I ask everybody, if you so choose, you don't have to, but if you so choose, to support my work. And all you have to do is you can take your camera and click on take a picture of this code, and nothing too small or too big is good or bad. I appreciate and I'm grateful for everything that I receive. So if you so choose, support my work in my gratitude jar. I will also put the links in the chat here in a minute. Now, also, I want to let you know that we, because I have a community, we have a Live the Power of Three exclusive private Facebook group where we talk health, wellness, and healing all day long. And I put things in there to support people every day, almost every day. And it's a place of like-minded people who are on a journey to ultimate optimal health, wellness, and healing. And I'm going to put a link also in the chat so that you are able to send me a request and you can join that group. And that is completely free as well. Through that group, you have access to me via a private message. And then last, I'm going to give you links so that if you want to learn more about what I do in my health, wellness, and healing business, and you want more, then you can find out how I offer my services, etc. So let me get these links for you here in the chat. Give me a moment. I will give you all of the links that you need. And private chat, let me put these right in here for you. There you go. That's one, I believe. Let's see, they all didn't copy. All right. Here's the second one. I'll give this to you. Copy and paste. And the third link right here. Copy. I think you should have the 3 links. Hopefully they copied and pasted correctly. So also, if you've missed the links in the chats here, then when this video goes live on YouTube, I will and I post it also on Facebook, etc. Then I will also provide the links not only in the descriptions and within posts, but I will also provide the links in the comments. So there you have it. You have all of the proper links, so you can become a Live the Power of 3 group member for free. You can support my work with any kind of support in my gratitude jar. And you can also get all of the information about what I do in my practice. So let's move along from that. And for a moment, let's just have a little chat about the power of 3 health, wellness, and healing. Now, this is a little different, and I did not plan to do this part tonight, but there's a connection. There's a connection with launching you to become the engineer of your destiny. Now, we talked about already, and I gave you a little mini lesson on finding your core nature, your essence, and why that's important and how that benefits you and what it is. But you can do all sorts of work. You can do work on self-development, on self-improvement. You can do energy healing work. You can do fitness and physical health. You can do emotional health. You can do all these individual kinds of things. And, I love social media, but, and I love short form videos and short form content like TikTok and Instagram. It's very good for quick tips and such. And I do quick tips sometimes, but quick tips and 3 things to do something serve you better as a reminder to a foundation that you already have. Because let's be real. We all fall off sometimes. We all have rough days. We all make bad choices sometimes, okay? It happens. We're human. But when we get the quick tips, it kind of tells us, get back on the bike, get back on the horse, keep going, get back on your routines, get back on whatever you're supposed to be back on, right? But in order to achieve optimal health, wellness, and healing, in order to transform you and your life, in order to really change, and I'm talking about life long-term, lifelong change. In order for that to happen, in order for you to grow to be the best version of yourself that you can be, it requires that we deal with our complex selves. And our complex selves are made of the body, the mind, the soul, and the spirit. And you cannot, I'm convinced, you cannot address one area and leave the other three out and be optimally healthy, well, and healed, and function at your greatest and be the best version of yourself. It simply does not work that way. It does not work that way. So for those of you who know me, my journey started simply wanting to lose weight. I was 300 pounds. I was a health disaster waiting to happen. I know I had insulin resistance. I know my metabolism was messed up. I know my gut was messed up. Emotionally, I wasn't well either. I had anxiety. I had depression. I had a whole host of things. I was headed to diabetes. I was headed to a heart attack. I was headed to a stroke. I was headed to whatever. Okay. At 300 pounds, I hurt everywhere. I couldn't sleep right. I couldn't breathe right. And it started to impede my daily life. So I simply started by wanting to lose weight. And I got a health and fitness coach, and I learned a lot of things, outstanding husband and wife team. And they were awesome. And I learned so much from them. But it only dealt with my eating, my fitness, my working out, and all of that, nutrition, all of that, which was good. I needed that. But what about the mind? What about the spirit? What about the soul? I still found, even when I started losing weight, I still found that I struggled. I still struggled with anxiety. I still struggled with feeling down. I still struggled with my relationship with food. I struggled, with myself and not being able to get to next levels or higher levels of things in my work life and my personal life and in all aspects of my life. And I was like, why? Why is this like this? And so I'm an avid reader. I love to learn new things. And I listen to a lot of people in different fields. So I came across information about Ayurveda medicine. I did not even know how to pronounce the word when I first started. Didn't even know how to pronounce the word. Had no clue what it was. But then I started learning little things here and there, and I would apply them. So I would learn something and I would apply it to myself to test it, to see if it worked, if it was good, if it felt good, if it was right for me. And what happened is I got a little better, a little better, a little better. And then I decided to go all in, and I actually studied Ayurveda medicine. Self-studied it first, and then I studied for a period of time under one of the leaders in the field. And I learned so much. So the first power and the power of 3 is Ayurveda medicine. And that talks about our body types and the biocharacteristics of our bodies, working with our bodies, not against our bodies, eating properly, and using herbal remedies and different things that are in alignment with our unique body characteristic. And it addresses the elements in our body. It talks about lifestyle. There's a lot to it, but I really approach it from a biocharacteristic, medicinal, from that lane. So then I needed tools, right? I started to get into the herbal remedies because of Ayurveda and herbs and, the things that many of us have in our kitchens. And so then I went and I studied herbal medicine. And I always believed that food could be our medicine. And I did a self study at one point on prophetic medicine. And so then I started learning herbal medicine, herbal remedies, and essential oils. So then I started using those, right? So I had different herbal teas, different oils that I use for different things. And I have this whole routine and some things that I use every day, some things that I use when I feel like I'm starting to get sick, some things that I use for different problems that come up here or there. And what I found was that it was a support. They were tools. So the second part, the second power in the power of three is herbal medicine and essential oils. And then I realized that something was off. Like I would go a time period and feel great and feel fine, but something still was off. My body was balanced. I felt better physically. I had my tools, so if I came down with a little bit of the sniffles or common cold or whatever, I could use those. And I haven't been to the doctor in probably 10 years. But something still was off and I could feel it because now I knew my body, right? That's another thing that I learned along my journey. I got to know my body and my spirit and my soul, my core self. And something still was not right. And then I came across energy healing. Now, most people, when you think of energy healing, they think of Reiki and all different crystals, all sorts of things. And I found Penny and Ron Levine or Levin. I never know how to pronounce their name. I mess it up every time. But I found them, One Light Healing Touch. That is the foundation of the energy healing that I do. And you got a little taste of a little bit at the beginning of this in the meditation that I did. But I continue my studies with them. I work with crystals sometimes. I work with aromatherapy. I work with anything that can make me and help me to help others to be in alignment, be balanced, be in harmony, and to feel amazing. Because when we address the mind, the body, the soul, and the spirit, there is not even a word that I could use to describe how good that feels. And what I learned through my journey and up until now is that I'm calmer. People tell me that I glow, which I never was described years ago as glowing. People tell me that I I look better, I look healthier, and I feel better. I feel better. I'm more balanced. I don't react to things like I used to. Anxiety's gone, depression's gone. Um, Stress, I manage stress fairly well, I think. I don't have a problem with that anymore. I don't have a problem with sleeping. So what I'm telling you is that even though I come on and we started and I'm talking about launching you to become the engineer of your destiny, and we talked about your core self, your essence, your core nature, that is so important. That's a good lesson. That's something that I want you to really think upon and ponder and delve into. But at the same time, realize that we must deal with our whole selves. We must address the needs of our body, the needs of our mind, the needs of our soul, the needs of our spirit. We need to know how to be connected with ourselves, with others, and the universe as a whole. We need to use the precious gifts that the creator of all that is has given us on this earth and in our lives to use for our better good. And once we understand that and learn that, it changes your life forever. And those things that used to be obstacles aren't there anymore. Those things that used to be viewed as something that you felt was holding you back and you couldn't identify what it was, they're gone. Anything is possible. Even beyond what you're dreaming right now is possible. So that just gives you a little bit of an idea of where I come from, the lane I come from when it comes to health, wellness, and healing. Also, I am committed to making sure that that this comprehensive, integrative approach, the Power of Three, is accessible for people who choose this path and choose the journey of optimal health, wellness, and healing, who choose to embrace their greatness and transform their lives. Because there was a day, folks, many years ago when I was raising children. We were a young family, my husband and I. And I couldn't afford to go to 5 different people for different things. I couldn't afford to go to a nutritionist, therapist, holistic practitioner, an energy healer, a Reiki specialist. I couldn't afford all of that. So, because it gets really expensive. And that's why another reason I created the Power of Three, because I've brought them together. I've brought the concept of holistic health, wellness, and healing and what is needed to achieve that, and brought it together in one approach. When I work with my clients, we do healings, we do health plans where we talk about lifestyle, where we talk about food intake, body type, when they have when they're ill or have certain physical illnesses, chronic disease and chronic illness. We talk about what is good for them in alignment with their body type to be able to help them to either totally get rid of their chronic illness or manage it so that it's hardly bothers them at all. For example, life changing. So it's accessible to you. You have the links. I just want you to know that I'm here, and this is the first live stream that I'm doing, and I will be doing more. I will be doing more. There will be healings. There's lots of stuff planned. But you can also get my free stuff on YouTube. It's at Dr. Debbie, Debbie, Badawi, Badawi. That's my handle, at Dr. Debbie Badawi, Drebbiebadawi. I also will bring in some of the tools at some point, essential oils, do mini lessons on those, different herbal remedies, things that I use. And I will give you another little tip today. When you look at your health, wellness, and healing and the way you live your life from a truly holistic perspective, everything counts. Everything. For example, when I get up in the morning, I don't lay my clothes out at night. Remember how we were always taught that, at least in my generation? We were always taught, lay out your clothes at night so you're ready and you can get dressed quick in the morning. I don't do that. I pick out the clothes that I feel. So I'm very intuitive, that I feel are right for that moment, that day. I'm drawn to, because colors matter. Colors have meaning behind them. I have certain crystals and jewelry that I wear. These I wear almost every day. Once in a while, I may forget them. I don't wear gold chains and all of that. I wear these. There's a purpose, there's a meaning behind them. Crystals have energy. Where is this located? Right next to my heart, right on top of my heart. I have bracelets right here. This is a pulse point. These are crystals. I wear those with purpose, with intention. I'll show you something too. I have a tray with a nice, beautiful, I won't show you the whole tray because it's too big, with a nice, beautiful set of dishes. This is what I eat from almost all the time. I rarely choose another dish. For example, see this? How pretty it is? Now, it doesn't have to be pretty. If you're a guy, you can pick out a cup that has meaning to you, but this is what I have coffee in. This is what I drink from when I drink something hot. Why? Because when I look at this, it makes my heart happy. It makes me smile. It makes me feel joy because it's beautiful. When I eat my food, and most of us do not really think too much about eating our food. We just eat. We're hungry. We sit down and eat on a plate that we bought somewhere. I have my matching bowl, my matching plate, and I almost always eat from these. Why? Because when I sit down to eat, I'm in the moment and I look at my food and I look at the dishes, and it brings peace and joy to me, and it makes me grateful. I have a certain cup when I'm drinking water or drinking a beverage. I like it clear because it seems that it just is clean to me. Hello, Anis, how are you? I'm so happy you could join me. Um, so yeah, the little things matter. And in these live streams, I'm going to talk about different things, but let's get back to our topic and launching you to become the engineer of your destiny. I want to go through this quickly, just one more time for anybody who showed up just a little bit late. Just as a recap, we talked today about um, who are you? How do you answer that question? Do you answer it with a generic response of, "Oh, I'm a mother. I'm a teacher. I'm a school principal." Or do you think about it and think about your core nature? And remember, our core nature is how you feel for other people when you walk into the room, your essence. What energy do you bring into the room? What do you bring into the room? What do people say when you enter the room? How do they describe you? What do they say about you? What energy do you bring to the room? What do you bring to the room? Those words and that energy, how you describe that energy, is your core nature. It's your essence. This is important to you because first, it helps you be connected with you in the modern age of disconnect from ourselves, others, and the universe. It helps you to have a deep awareness of you. You know yourself intimately. And then you develop a deeper, more intimate relationship with yourself along your journey, and that becomes your foundation of growth. The results are that you can use that knowledge, that intimate relationship with yourself, knowing your core essence. your core nature. You can expand on your strengths and know where you shine. You're able to identify those areas of weakness and work on those things that you need to strengthen. Again, it allows you to grow. It gives you clarity to who you are and how you show up in that room. What does it allow you to experience? It allows you to build your self-confidence. It allows you to have insight not only to what you may love doing, but you doing who you are. And there's a big difference between doing what you love doing and doing who you are. When you do who you are, that's called passion. That's called you want to tell the whole world. You want to impact the whole world because you're doing you. You found your authentic self, your essence, your core nature, and you're doing you. So with that, folks, I am going to close tonight. Don't forget my gratitude jar. Support my work so that I can continue to put out lots of free content. And also, I've given you links in the private chat. They will also be in the description of the video, as well as in any postings that I make putting up the video. You can learn more. You can connect with me via the Facebook, just regular private message. I'm on TikTok. I'm on Instagram. I'm on YouTube. My handle is at DrDebbieBadawi, Dr. Debbie Badawi. You all have a blessed night. I wish you well going forward. All the peace and light and energy of the one creator of all that is to you and the rest of the world. I will remember you and continue to send out that energy when I do my meditation tonight before I go to bed. Peace and light, all. Bye. Remember, you are not alone. Embrace simplicity, discover wellness, and live a vibrant life every day. Sending divine energy from the one creator of all that is. Peace, light, and gratitude.